Great answer.
Regardless if they have $1 million or not. I want you to feel like it.
Okay, so talking about money, let's talk about money. How did you get the gig with Floyd Mayweather? I know how difficult it is.
Now he's fighting Deji? Is he broke? Is Mayweather broke? Are y'all new here?
Yeah.
Is he broke?
Yeah.
He's broke.
You'll see reports. You mentioned 100 million for Floyd. The reports are 130. First off, he's never gotten 100 million for a fight, not even remotely close. But there's reports of 130. Wow. There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year.
Floyd Mayweather's ex-employee has come forward, alleging that he's actually broke but covers it up with phony shows of wealth. According to this insider, Floyd flashes cash whether he really has it or not and constantly brags about his fortune to keep up appearances, even when his bank balance tells a whole different tale.
Great answer.
Regardless if they have $1 million or not. I want you to feel like it.
Okay, so talking about money, let's talk about money. How did you get the gig with Floyd Mayweather? I know how difficult it is for women to get jobs in male-dominated careers. I have a friend that is the only female licensed boxing promoter in the world, so I know some of the challenges you must have come across. So tell me how you got this gig.
Well, first of all, what a lot of people don't know, Floyd and I have been friends since 2001. And I used to work at a barbershop that he used to come to, and he already had a barber. So I think already, it was just something that was inevitable that was going to happen eventually anyway.
Logan Paul has raised a valid concern that continues to puzzle fans. Why would someone as rich as Mayweather keep stepping into the ring for random exhibition matches? It casts doubt on Floyd's financial situation. These bouts, often viewed as easy paydays, suggest he's hustling for fast money rather than protecting his legacy. The question hangs in the air. If his wealth is still solid, what's driving him to take on these uneven fights? The type of opponents and the lack of real competition only fuel speculation that Floyd might be using these events to patch up money problems.
Now he's fighting Deji? Is he broke? Is Mayweather broke? Are y'all new here?
Yeah.
Is he broke?
Yeah.
He's broke.
Yes.
That makes sense. No, he's not. Jeff shaking his
Yes, he is, Jeff.
Not.
Jeff, why is he doing these bullshit fights just to make money? Why don't you take a seat, manager Jeff, and tell us why Floyd Mayweather is taking random fights?
Let me ask you a question just to delete him in. if you have $100 million net worth and somebody offers you another 20, are you gonna say, nah, I got 100 already?
No.
Okay. So what's the fucking question? Homie's taking the bags, and the Deji bag is a big one, buddy.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
I don't know. Is it?
Dubai, yeah.
You're
Maybe another 20, 30, 40.
Yeah, why not take
pays
that
Deji.
bag, bro?
Zero.
I was gonna say Deji's cut of this fight my guess
Even
was
if he pays him $700,000.
my guess was
Despite Floyd Mayweather's confident public claims of clearing his debts, IRS records suggest otherwise. Official documents reveal that he still owes millions in unpaid taxes, highlighting a significant contradiction between his statements and the financial reality. Instead of being a minor issue, this points to a much larger financial problem, leading to the troubling possibility that Floyd's public image is merely a facade, designed to maintain an illusion of invincibility while his financial situation crumbles behind the scenes. Imagine receiving a letter from the IRS stating, "You owe millions in taxes." That's exactly what happened to Floyd in 2022. His tax issues stemmed from his 2017 returns, where he claimed a $14 million legal expense. The IRS rejected this claim, and instead of the anticipated refund, Floyd was hit with an additional $5.5 million in taxes and $1.1 million in penalties for errors on his return. This financial blow exposed him to the IRS's scrutiny, revealing that his dealings with the tax authorities were far from smooth. From diamond-studded watches to a garage full of exotic cars, Mayweather thrives on a lavish image. But what happens when the spotlight dims? He has built a narrative equating self-worth to visible wealth, tying his identity to material possessions. As the money slows, maintaining this illusion becomes harder, feeding speculation about his financial instability. Many wonder why Floyd needs to constantly flaunt his wealth. As one critic pointed out, these displays don't add up. Expensive watches and luxury cars quickly turn into liabilities. These items depreciate in value as soon as they're purchased, yet Floyd continues to boast about them as if they were assets. His approach reflects a deeper need for validation rather than genuine success. Exhibition fighter Deji offered insight into Floyd's emotional cracks during their interactions. A seemingly harmless comment from a fan visibly irritated Floyd, who responded defensively, revealing a side of him still affected by public opinion. His quickness to assert superiority in minor situations hints at underlying insecurity, showing that, despite his accolades, Floyd craves constant validation, not just admiration. Tensions escalated when Logan Paul publicly announced he was pursuing legal action over unpaid earnings from their fight. What was initially billed as a massive event ended in dispute. If Floyd is truly financially stable, why would he delay payments? Legal actions could uncover deeper financial mismanagement, exposing a pattern where obligations are disregarded while new ventures continue to flow money in. One of his more bizarre displays, Floyd deposited a large sum into a bank using only $1 bills. While the stunt was flashy, it also seemed like an attempt to dramatize a basic financial action, underscoring the theatricality of his brand. This raises the question, is there substance behind the spectacle, or is it just a carefully crafted illusion? Floyd's approach to wealth has always been aggressive, but ethical red flags are emerging. From exaggerating earnings to dodging payments, his business dealings blur the line between savvy entrepreneurship and deception. Instead of building long-term transparent ventures, some of his methods seem rooted in exploiting hype and capitalizing on fleeting opportunities. Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated boxer and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time, has earned over $1 billion. But his financial success didn't happen by accident. In 2006, Floyd took a huge gamble on himself, paying a $750,000 exit fee to leave Top Rank and promote his own fights. This decision led to major success, including a $25 million payday from his 2007 fight with Oscar de la Hoya. Floyd's story is one of betting on yourself, but it also highlights a pattern of risk-taking that's often paired with questionable ventures. His involvement in cryptocurrency promotions has left investors in the dust. Despite his wealth, Floyd lent his face to failing projects, raising questions about his willingness to profit from risky ventures, regardless of the consequences to his fans. These endorsements, some of which involved millions of dollars, suggest a willingness to align with any venture that promises a quick return, regardless of its legitimacy. T1 point. Floyd even endorsed a cryptocurrency card without knowing if it actually worked, taking the payment without regard for the product's viability. This type of behavior raises concerns about his priorities, whether it's genuine business strategy or just chasing quick money. Mayweather often boasts about his earnings, claiming millions for a single night's work. But insiders in the boxing world quietly question the legitimacy of these figures. Without transparent breakdowns, the numbers seem inflated, designed to maintain his aura of superiority. Instead of letting his record speak for itself, Floyd continually reminds everyone of his greatness, which sometimes seems more like insecurity than self-confidence. Among the many lawsuits Floyd faces, one of the most surprising involves unpaid bills for jewelry. A Miami jeweler claims Floyd received high-value items without paying for them. Despite showing off his million-dollar jewels, Floyd has failed to settle the bills, feeding the narrative that his wealth is more about appearance than reality. When confronted with criticism, Floyd often dismisses it as jealousy, a common tactic used by public figures to avoid accountability. But not all criticism is based on envy. Sometimes it stems from the inconsistencies between his public persona and private behavior. In one of the more shocking claims, Floyd said he earned $350 million in one night, but without any financial details to back it up, skepticism around such figures grows. Even if the number is true, the lack of transparency undermines his credibility, turning the claim into more of a myth than a verifiable fact. Floyd's rebranding from Pretty Boy to Money Mayweather was a strategic move, capitalizing on his natural confidence and aggressive boxing style. But it came at a cost. This new persona required him to constantly prove his wealth and success, making him a larger-than-life figure under constant pressure to live up to the hype. The transition worked commercially, but it anchored him to an image that demanded continuous proof of wealth. Floyd's flashy lifestyle, including his luxurious watches, expensive cars, and extravagant antics, could be masking a deeper financial insecurity. His desperate business moves, questionable partnerships, and fake lifestyle displays hint at a larger issue. The collaboration involving rapper Tyga and their alleged failure to pay for $4 million in jewelry illustrates how the rich often shield themselves from lawsuits and avoid paying their debts. Through strategic use of business entities, Floyd and Tyga were able to avoid direct responsibility for their unpaid purchases, using a clever loophole to protect their personal assets. While this may be an interesting strategy for the wealthy, it raises questions about their financial priorities and ethical standards.